Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zach, and in this video we're doing another VeVe ECOMI only video. As per usual, currently the price 0.003165 on a low of 0.003096, and damn, things just changed. Now we're on basically our low over the past 24 hours on a high 0.003484. Anyway, that's not what we even care about really right now. I want to look at the Ask Me Anything that we've now got with Reskellen, who of course is lead comms on ECOMI, and the new senior director of marketing, Alex Gonzalez. Interesting stuff. This was streamed a few days ago now actually, but I want to go with my own take because this is really my thing that I'm more interested in than the crypto stuff. Is the marketing of the VeVe app specifically, because that's my forte, is the marketing, the IP stuff, the licensing stuff, etc. The crypto stuff I am still learning, but I am definitely a lot more, whatever with marketing. So thank you of course to, I think it's Kyle Wilson, for posting this. As per usual, a link will be in the description to his channel, as I would do with anyone who's recording this. And with that said, let's jump into the part of this that I really want to look at, which is the turning on of the marketing for VeVe.
A quick question. As far as the marketing, when can we expect it to kind of fully, launch? I realize there's like YouTube ads and that thing going, but can you kind of tell us a little bit more detail about like kind of what you're going to be over and things like that as well?
Yeah, sure. Obviously I can't go into specifics when we're going to launch specific campaigns because they may be around, either new IP or, certain announcements that we have coming up, or, drops that we're trying to plan for a specific time in the future. But yeah, I'm going to be leading all of the, branding, marketing, tone, voice, cadence of social posting, and then, eventually into larger kind of scale marketing programs such as, like you said, paid marketing on either social or YouTube. Hopefully we can have some larger kind of partnership type deals. Those are all things I'm still trying to kind of wrap my head around. I think one of the things to note is that we do have some pretty exciting stuff coming up that we will be looking to kind of cast a wider net for in terms of bringing people onto the platform. And the reason why we haven't kind of like pressed start on the marketing button, so to speak, is that, we've had, one drop a week, maybe two drops a week, and they sell out instantly. So, we want to get to a point where we have plenty of IP and plenty of drops happening at a regular clip, so that we are not driving people to an experience where they can't buy anything at retail and have to, buy something aftermarket,
Gotcha.
I think there's a lot of excitement from the current community, and I love that. And
I really want to cut off Alex there because I completely see what he's saying, and it makes a lot of sense to me, right? The reality is with VeVe, and this is me seeing it from afar, but keeping up to date. Whilst I don't post every day as much as I used to, I am keeping up to date with what's happening. And the reality is that in order to, like, it's nice to have the word marketing thrown around like it's going to do something, but the reality is marketing is building up awareness for a product. Now, VeVe is still, as much as it's growing at a ridiculously fast pace, the reality is that it's still not there for the majority of people who just want to buy a toy, right? Or whatever it might be. The reality is that once there are certain products, once there are certain drops, and once they're happening more frequently, then I think we can start seeing more effective marketing. But right now, what's the point in bringing 100,000 people to an ecosystem where for the majority of them, there's almost nothing for them to really care about, right? Compare this to once they've got, a bunch of stuff from Mattel, a bunch of stuff from MGA, a bunch of stuff from Marvel, Disney, etc. That's when it will be actually effective to press the on button for the marketing machine as such. And even then, and I hope that people keep this in mind, is that yes, Google ads are helpful for awareness and stuff for sure, whatever, right? YouTube ads, etc. But the more effective thing than anything else is influencer marketing. That I truly believe in that. I truly believe that from an engagement point of view, from an actual sort of bringing people in point of view, influencers are going to be what's doing this. That's going to be the main thing. Once we have, you know, the Marvel YouTubers, the film YouTubers, etc., going over their favorite NFTs. So as we have the toy YouTubers doing the same thing, that's what's going to be really huge. And seeing VeVe do ad campaigns with those influencers even is going to be even bigger.
I think there's really what's going to make this exciting for people that are new to the platform as they start to integrate into the community. But right now, we don't want to just like, you know, pull a bunch of levers and get a bunch of people on the platform and there's like, you know, nothing to buy.
Yeah, and Attached Trades was asking kind of in the stream here, can we expect it like after Comic-Con, or like as far as the marketing, you know, button to be pushed?
Well, you know, I don't want to call it a marketing button. It's definitely not that. There's some careful planning that's going to go into IP specific campaigns and things like that. But yeah, you know, around Comic-Con-ish, I think.
I'll be honest with you as well. Like, the reality is I don't necessarily feel like, and it's not a bad question necessarily, because I understand where it comes from and it's a good place that it comes from for sure, but I'm not even expecting VeVe to put out loads of marketing right now. I would be confused as to why they would do it for the reasons I just stated. The reality is that we're going to see more marketing as we see more brands enter this space in the NFT space, right? Now, in fairness, we do already have a fair number of brands in. We have Marvel, of course, we have MGA that's coming out, etc. But the reality as well is that there just aren't enough NFTs, in my opinion at least, to market this to millions and millions of people. Like, yes, if there's something for everyone to be able to enjoy, but right now, I don't believe there is.
A good
especially when people have to go through the secondary market for most of what they want anyway.
Marker to put in the ground in terms of where we're looking to you know, get outside of just organic social. Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thanks for answering that question.
I have a question for Alex.
Shoot.
Hey, Alex. So I know a lot of us in the community have been looking at things like certain movie drops to align with VeVe drops and things of that nature. Do you plan on doing that moving forward, trying to align some of the major happenings in entertainment with, you know, certain specific VeVe drops?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the goal. I don't think we have anything in the pipeline right now that we can speak about that is going to be day and date with like a movie release. But we're always looking for those opportunities in which there is going to be a drop that coincides with a big, you know, cultural event, whether that be a movie drop, sporting event, you know, comic book arc release, or whatever the case may be. You know, I think we're always going to look for those synergies in terms of, you know, marketing dates or market drop dates that are going to help us kind of get the word out and get more people on the platform and just fold into the general marketing of that IP.
Gotcha. Because I think that a lot of us kind of were expecting that, and we haven't seen that yet. So that's kind of where that question comes from. And I guess my second question would be, so what's your favorite VeVe vertical at this point? I
also want to say that when it comes to, so say for example, we have current brands, right? We say we have Marvel, we've seen, of course, Batman, we've had a number of Batman drops already. Now, so why is VeVe not marketing them? My guess is that the reality being that if VeVe do market the hell out of that, then what will end up happening is the fans of those the fans of those IPs like Batman may end up buying a Batman NFT potentially, but right now I'm thinking about it and I don't necessarily I'm not sure if there's enough to keep even a Batman fan on the app. I'm thinking about it right now. I don't know if there is. I think that there are collectors who would enjoy it for sure, but I think from a mainstream point of view, where let's say mainstream, let's categorize that as roughly 100,000 people, right? The reality is that most Batman fans aren't really, right now at least, going to care, I don't think, about Batman NFTs, to be quite real. I think there will be some, and of course we're seeing that right now, right? It's not like there's none. You know, there are already people on the VeVe app who are fanatics of these different IPs like Ghostbusters, you know, Batman, Harley Quinn, etc., Back to the Future. But the reality is that once VeVe has these people on board, where else are they going to go? What else are they going to do? What? So I got a Batman NFT, now what? They'll open the app once every month and that'll be it. I do also think that the reality is that we need more NFTs, more products basically in the store, so that people who are enjoying the Batman NFTs, for one, they need to be more animated. We need to see a lot more dynamics as far as I'm concerned. I know what I'm saying is very, very easy to say as the person who's making a YouTube video. I get that this stuff takes so much work from the content team, and I am incredibly impressed, so damn impressed by what they've achieved already. So this is just really early is why I'm talking about it. But the reality is that I think if we are wanting to see more of that, we need to be the app needs to be able to hone people more than just having that NFT, in my opinion. Now I might be wrong, but I think in the general scape of things, where you have, say, like I say, 100,000 to 1 million people who are interested in that, it would be good if they have a Batman NFT that can actually do something potentially, and they'll also have a bunch of other NFTs in that similar demographic that's interested, if that makes sense. So that could be basically just a lot more products and a lot more functionality, I think.
VeVe vertical as in like which brand, or like my favorite collectible?
Yeah.
Either
Now,
one.
I've listened to this part already. Alex basically says that he really wish he got the Ghostbusters Flytrap or whatever, so that's cool.
Yeah,
But
get mine. It was and still is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I struck out on both Slimer and Ghost Trap. So
there you go, not
drops in the
Flytrap.
future,
Ghost Traps.
but I think as far as things that I own, I'm really into my Marty hoverboard, and I hope, fingers crossed, VeVeverse, at some point in the future. But yeah, I think hoverboard's probably, also because it came out of, similar year as Ghostbusters. Back to the Future is definitely one of my favorites.
Gotcha.
Hey, I've got a question for Alex actually. So recently I did an AMA a little while ago, and the question that I kept getting hounded on by the community was when marketing, specifically not just marketing for VeVe on the VeVe side, but also marketing for the
Okay, actually, I know what Kay's asking here. We're going to make this into a separate video. So I hope this video was interesting. I'm sorry to start the question off and then finish it there, but I do think it'll be more valuable, and I also think it'll be better for my YouTube channel. I'm not going to lie. I think if having these separate videos, I know what we've had to ask. I know I need to make a different video about this. With that being said, though, let me know what your thoughts are on the marketing of like drops for, new film releases, etc. I do think that it's just going to take months at least for us to be in a place where there is any real reason to market these NFTs to fans of these film cultures. The reality, I think, is that as time progresses and as I feel like we're still in a place where NFTs still haven't got a great reputation with mainstream culture. Once we're past that, and as we grow past that, as we evolve past that, I think it'll make more sense to market. But right now, I actually feel like most VeVe ads would probably have a I do not like this ad, or please skip ad type of request on it. Like if you get an advert for something you're not interested in, sometimes people click on I don't like this ad, or I'm not interested. You don't want that happening with VeVe ads because it's too early. Everything has timing, right? So it's important that we treat that properly, basically, because you can't push these things. You can't force these things. You just can't. You can definitely work towards them being faster, but you can't force them. Otherwise, it will hurt. That being said, hopefully this video was interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are on what I said in the comments below, of course. And now we're going to go into another video. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.